Hello, everybody. So nice to see you again. Today we are going to do exam revision for term 4, part 1. Okay, so you know what we're going to do. I've asked questions, it adds up to 20 marks. You are going to do them, and then we're going to check the answers after that. First part, I'm just going to explain to make sure that you understand the questions, okay? The first one then is Lindiwe is traveling by car from Johannesburg to Bloemfontein. She follows a map. I've got a little map for you at the top and records her distance every hour. She records this information. There's the time and hours and the distance in kilometers. So they ask us to describe the rule that is shown in this table. Now, can you still remember the rule for distance? And for speed and for time? If you can't, then you can go back to the lessons when we've discussed this, or perhaps you know, right? So this is what we're referring to here. Then we ask, what is Lindiwe's average speed? And if the distance from Johannesburg to Bloemfontein is 394 kilometers, how much longer will she travel? Because we notice that she's traveled 360 kilometers in 4 hours. So we try to work out how much longer. And remember again, we need to know the formula. Okay, then in the next question, remember the 3D objects? They ask us how many edges does a square-based pyramid have? Now just look carefully, a square-based pyramid. How many faces does a rectangular-based prism have? So make sure that you don't get confused there. And then question 3, David wants to bake a bread in a rectangular oven dish. Which of the dishes below would be able to hold 2,5 liters of mixture? So again, remember the formula for volume. If you cannot remember, you know what you can do. And then hopefully you can work out the answer easily then. Right, now planes of symmetry in question 4. How many planes of symmetry do each of these objects have? So remember, if we make it a cut through the object, that the two sides will be symmetrical. So make sure that you get this, and I want you to make sure that this is, you see this one as an equilateral triangular prism, and this one as a square-based pyramid. So that can also help you with the previous question, right? Then in 5, we are doing some probability. In the game Lotto, 49 balls numbered from 1 to 49 are mixed thoroughly and then released one by one from their container. And then they ask us to determine the probability for the first numbered ball released. And they ask us if the first numbered ball is 17, or the probability for the first numbered ball is 23, or the probability for the first numbered ball is 6. Okay. Then the last section is what is the probability of each of the following events? An odd or uneven number appears in a single toss of a 6-sided dice. So you can remember we did this under probability. At least one head appears in 2 tosses of a coin. And the sum 7 appears in a single toss of a pair of 6-sided dice. So in other words, we've got 2 6-sided dice, and they ask us the probability that the sum 7 will appear. And these two are really a little bit high level, and I hope this is to help you to understand whether you understand probability. So see how you're doing with this, and I'm going to help you. And then the last question is the Queen of Hearts. By now we know a pack of cards, or any king is selected from a pack of playing cards. Right. So now you can pause, you can do this, and then I'm going to see you with the answers. Right. Okay, how was it? Did you enjoy it? The answers. Remember the distance, time, and speed. So what is the formula for distance? Distance, yes, I can hear it. Distance equals speed times time. Okay, so they are telling us that Lindiwe is traveling 90 kilometers per hour. So because we can see in the first hour she traveled 90 kilometers. So this is the formula is distance is speed times time, and she traveled 90 kilometers an hour. And then they ask us in question C, if the 1C, if the distance from Johannesburg to Bloemfontein is 394 kilometers, how much longer? Yes, you're going to subtract 360 from 394, and we've got 34 kilometers, and time equals distance divided by speed. So it is 34 divided by 90, so it's going to take her 22.67 minutes to get to her destination. Well done if you managed to do that one. Then the question was on the edges and faces of a square-based pyramid and a rectangular-based prism. So again, I hope you managed to do this one. We said that, let me just get to the answer. It's got 8 edges, a square-based pyramid, and you can check it there. There's our square-based pyramid. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 edges. And they ask us the faces of a rectangular-based prism. And we can just use this one at the bottom here. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. So congratulations if you managed to answer that one. Right. So the next one was the dishes with the volume, remember? So can you remember how to work out volume? The volume, I can hear that. Volume equals height times width times length, right? So in the first one, we've got 10 times 25. So let's work this one. 10 times 25 times 8. In this one, we've got, I'm going to do it there on the white, 20 times 20 times 6. And on this one, we've got 25 times 25 times 4. And if you work this one out, you see this is 2 liter, 2000 centimeters. This one then is 2.4, and this one is 2.5. So the dish that will hold this bread mixture would be dish C, because remember they ask us must hold 2.5 liters of mixture. Okay, then question 4. Remember the planes of symmetry, right? So this is how many planes of symmetry do we have? Remember, we can cut it length to the width, the height, and the breadth, right? So we can cut it lengthwise, we can cut it like this, and we say it's 1, 2, and we can cut it there. So it's 1, 2, 3. So it's got 3 planes of symmetry. This one, this object, the best way, I think it's got 2 planes of symmetry. So we can cut it there, so the 2 sides will be the same. I'm not sure if we're going to cut it there. Do you think if we cut it there, it's going to be the same? It looks like that is going right through, but it doesn't, we're not sure, so I think it's safe to say that it is 2 planes of symmetry. I said this is an equilateral. Remember, that means all sides are the same. So how many planes of symmetry do we have here? This is the easy one. We can cut it in the middle, and we can cut it there, we can cut it there, and we can cut it there. So we've got 4 planes of symmetry, and the same with the square-based pyramid. We've also got 4 sides, 4 planes of symmetry. Okay, now let's go to the lotto ball. They ask us what is the probability of getting a first number ball is 17. So it is 17 over 49. You're correct. So the probability will be to get 17 will be, there's 1. 17 is 1 chance to get 49. Okay. So the probability of getting the first number ball is less than 23. So we've got 22 chances, right? So the probability then would be 22 over 49. And the last one is the first number ball is a multiple of 6. So how many multiples of 6 do we have to 49? We've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 multiples of 6 from 1 to 49. So if we work out the probability, it will be 8 out of 49. Okay. Now, question 6. Remember I said to you that it is a little bit, I just want to make sure that you understand this. Now, what is the probability that at least 1 head appears in 2 tosses of a coin? Now, if we toss a coin, we can have head of 2 coins. We can head, we can have head, tail, we can have tail, head, or we can have tail, tail. So from the 4 outcomes, there are 1, 2, 3 possible outcomes to have a head. So it's 3 over 4. Right. So let's make sure that you understand that. At least 1 head appears in 2 tosses of a coin. So we toss the coin twice. So we get head, head. We get head, tail, tail, head, or tail, tail. And so it is, the chances then will be 3 over 4. Now, the sum 7 appears in the single toss of a pair of 6-sided dice. Now we've got 2 dices. So now we're going to, similar to the heads and the tails, we're going to work out, and I've got a blank page here. We're going to say, so we've got 2 dices. So we've got the possibility of a 1 and a 1, and we've got a 1 and a 2, and we've got a 1 and a 3, a 1 and a 4, a 1 and a 5, a 1 and a 6. You agree with me? The one dice will have a 1 and the other one will have a 1, or a 1 and a 2. So now it can also be 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, and 2, 6. Just bear with me. You understand that can be 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. So it can be 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, and 4, 6. It can be 5, 1, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 5-5, and 5-6. And it can be 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, 6-4, 6-5, and 6-6. So the possible outcomes will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 6, and that will give us 36. So the chances to get a 7, so it can land like that, it can land like that, it can land like this, like this, like this, or like this. So what is the probability? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 36. Do you understand that? 6 over 36 or 1/6. And then the last one, I think we know by now, the Queen of Hearts or any king is selected from a pack of playing cards, 5 out of 52. I really hope you did very well. Give yourself a mark out of 20. And then I'm going to see you for part 2.